Oh my god, my mic was off the whole time. I'm sorry, it's me here from Dave Station VR, Professor Dave, and I'd like to take you through a journey through the art of ancient Asia, ancient Greece and Rome, and ancient Egypt. And here we are. So we're going to hop in. I was just jiving about this guy over here, Buddha. It's probably Amitabha. You don't know, it could be Amatuofo. But it's definitely from the Tang Dynasty, and it's from China. So this guy, though, is particularly impressive. Will. Okay, good lighting on this fella. Good light. Okay. This is a standing bodhisattva. He's the Buddha of the future from the 3rd century. And, like, you know, what is the future of the 3rd century? I don't know. That's something we should think on. What is this next one? Ah, the Pala period in the 11th century. Bangladesh. Now, these actually look pretty solid. Like, they said they photo mapped them. No, I didn't draw this. You think I drew this, Amari? No, no, no. Pocket Monkey, I'll have you know that I am quite educated, and I am a humanities major, so I know everything about this stuff. That's Mahakala. See, I knew that. India, obviously. This looks really good, though. I will say, even though the... yeah, no, get it right, Will. Students. Oh, that's an interesting one. Now, who is this guy? Godcanon, how's it going, man? I hope you're feeling better. This is a human-headed winged lion, Ayamasu. And that's Neo-Assyrian, but it's also Assyrian as well. And it's very interesting. I like the look of this guy. He's got a big, big beard. I guess I'm going to have to cut the beginning of the stream out where I wasn't talking, because I forgot my mic was off. Okay, so these guys are interesting, but they're not as interesting to me as this fellow over here. I think, class, that we should really reflect on the beauty and the grandeur of this piece. And you know what the best way to do that would be? Hold on. I know something about this game that you guys don't know yet. There's an archive mode over here. And if I go here, I can see it in huge, huge, huge stature. Thank you, Godcanon. And what I can also do is I can read you information about it. I found this on the American store. It is $9.99, which I don't know, you know, that may not be something you want to spend on it. But there is some interesting stuff here. I do think the sculptures are pretty well rendered. The movement system is very strange. You look with your head, and it creates like a little circle on the ground, and then you just hit X to teleport. There's no turning or anything. Okay, so where... I can't remember. Let's try Lamasu. I think this is where I was earlier, where I saw this guy. Yes, there he is. Okay, so we can read about this guy that I was just admiring earlier. The grandmother of the Teutonic deity Tyr was a fierce giantess with 900 heads. His father was an enemy of the gods. You know, standard stuff. In Scotland, the hag mother of winter and storm and darkness is the enemy of growth and all life, and she raises storms to stop the grass growing, to slay young animals and prevent the union of her son with his fair bride. That's kind of a weird to-do list. She doesn't want the grass to grow. She wants to slay young animals. And she really doesn't want her son to get married to his girlfriend. Okay, so that's who we're dealing with here. Let's go see her up close. Hold on. Is that more information? Let's see what this is about. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Let's go see this. Up close. Wow. Wow. So I thought this was a bearded man. I didn't think it was a lady who was trying to prevent the grass from growing. You learn something new in class every day. With me as your professor. So if I teleport into the little orb over there, then I get back to the main menu. They don't really tell you that. There's no menu buttons. This game is kind of weird, but it's a museum, you know. Okay, so we can go into those sorts of things where it shows you stuff up close, or you can just go back to the standard museum view. So do you guys feel like you're learning anything? This is going to be on the pop quiz. At the end of the video, I'm going to grade every single one of you. Get ready. Okay, so we went to ancient Asia. You know, I'm a big fan of ancient Egypt, honestly. But let's check it out in the museum first. And then we'll decide what we want to look at. I do kind of like that you can... Alright, God Cannon. I do like that you can pick, like, a region that you're interested in based on the stuff you're looking at. Like, so this is China, Northern Wei Dynasty. But if you remember the details of the art you're looking at, you can just... Hey, Paul, I'm doing my best, man. This is a stone relief of the Ming tomb. And I gotta say, who does these things? Because they look great. I want to shake that guy's hand. He's super dead, but this one looks good as well. Ah, yes. The silent reserve of the woman standing next to the elephant god. And some guy who's kind of dark. I can't see what he's about. What is this guy about? He's holding something, but he's very dark. I can't tell what his deal is. Well, anyways... This game doesn't have any turning options. Hey, Paul. Don't start fights in my stream. Okay, we were gonna go to ancient Egypt anyways. I'm tired of all this ancient Asia, right? Like, come on. We gotta cover everything. This is a block statue of Ankh-Nefer. That looks like a chair. Hey, Maxtrel. Yeah, so this looks like a chair. It probably was at some point in time. That's my opinion as a professor of art history. This is a recumbent Anubis. You've seen a lot of Anubises, but have you seen one that's so recumbent? I doubt it. What is over here? What can we look at? Now, that is a big... Paul, you're not an art history teacher, so please get out of here. I don't appreciate your feedback. And you're going to be expelled from school if you continue up this kind of behavior. So, this guy also kind of looks like a chair. Everyone's sitting Indian style. That's a statue. I'm like, I could sit on that. Okay, he's the scribe of the king, the new kingdom, and it's the reign of King Tut. That's pretty interesting. Let's see what's going on with this one over here. Yeah, if you tuned into the stream, it says Art History with Professor Dave. What did you think you were getting into? If you don't want to be in this class, the door's right there, Paul. You can leave. Now, what I'm saying is this is an interesting statue of Cleopatra. You want me to talk about Mesopotamia? Okay, well let's go find some. Now, is that not a reclining chair? That looks like a reclining chair. Okay, so somebody wants Mesopotamia. I can probably do that. Let's see what we got here. That's ancient Greece and Rome. We got what is this one here? No, this is definitely Greece and Rome right here. If I ever saw an ancient Grecian or Roman statue, this is kind of exactly what I would expect. That's a young Heracles if I ever saw one. You know, looking at this, I feel a great relief. It's a Roman copy. Okay, they found it in, 5th century BC at Eleusis near Athens. Well, that sounds like an interesting place to find old statues. Okay, I'm not sure what this dude is about. Got an interesting long face. This guy's also got an interesting face as well. It looks kind of like he was mauled in a battle. He's a general, but I think maybe he was the victim of like an acid attack or something. I'm not sure. His face looks weird. Very strange. It's a portrait of a young woman, but she doesn't look pleased with the fact that she's having a portrait taken of her. And, you know, that's representative of the time that these works were created, because, you know, everything wasn't great politically speaking. You know, some guy was burning down Rome, you know, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, no, they all look pretty sad, although there is a cool depth to it. I can get up in front of it and just be like, you look very sad, don't you? Anyone here having a good time? No, it doesn't appear. It doesn't appear so. Now this one actually... Oop, I teleported to the wrong place. This one looks pretty interesting to me. I kind of actually really like this one. There's something sort of... Oop, I'm bumping into things. This is a game where there is no sort of, like, knowing where you're standing because the control scheme is so weird. But I kind of like this one. It's, like, mysterious. Who are these people? What are they up to? Are they just having a good hug? Just gonna keep looking at this butt. Hey, Colby, how's it going? Okay, so there are 3 graces. Interesting. What else do we have in here? Now, I've heard there's 84 pieces of artwork in here, and I haven't looked at all of them by any means. Some of them are hard to read. Oh, Stela from a Greek tomb. That's from a tomb. Man, I honestly don't believe that anyone's going to bury me with any kind of cool shit like that. That's pretty awesome, honestly. Like, if you guys are watching this, somebody out there, build me a cool statue when I die. Everyone's always going through... It says relief, and I know that that's an art term, but it doesn't seem that anyone is experiencing any kind of relief. Everyone's sort of just like, this doesn't look good. This guy's dying. Okay. How's your face doing? It's a little beat up, but it's not too bad. I kind of like this one. I like this guy's torch. I like the little corner pieces there. This is an interesting piece. I think this is the myth of Mithras slaying the bull. Yeah, I'm not sure what he had to slay that bull for, but it seems like people are very excited about it. And, based on that statue, I'd be excited too. It looks like a cool moment. Looks like everybody was having a great time. Now, we haven't gotten over into this room over here. Oh, wait, mummy mask. You tell me mummy mask. So, you don't often think about the masks that a mummy wears. You think about a mummy itself. He's wrapped in rags. He's kind of gross, but you don't think about him wearing a mask. I guess I assume they come out of like a little tomb or something. I don't know. Anyways, that's a cool mummy mask. If I was a mummy, I would wear a mask, because otherwise you freak people out, probably. This is all going to be on the pop quiz, guys. Just reminding you. It's all going to be on the pop quiz. Okay, so I remember that Polish Paul was saying that his video about this, he forgot to not make the cover image a picture of this guy's penis. And maybe I will. I'm not sure. It's art. This is art. Something's happening here. He's saying, I've got this big jug of water and you look thirsty. You please gotta drink this. And she said, I'm not thirsty. Get away from me. And he's like, I'll grab your breast. Not sure what's happening there. This guy is with his sons. And, I'm not a father. But what is happening here? What is happening here? These sons are racked in some kind of anguish. He's got an older son and a younger son, and he looks like he's also pretty anguished as well. I don't really know. I wish I had some more info on what occurred. You know what? Let's go find the archives about Ugolino and his sons. Where are we? Are we in ancient Greece? Yeah, okay. Ancient Greece or ancient Rome? I'm not sure. I'm going to try and track down the details on this guy, because we can go to the archives and we can do some research. I don't know, Metcat, because of art. Beautiful art. You're just an aesthetic type. That's my guess. Okay, so we got ancient Egypt, ancient Greece and Rome, ancient Asia. I'm going to put my money on ancient Greece and Rome. It's actually, strangely fun doing this as a stream. But, I mean, if you're into this kind of stuff, there are quite a few pieces of artwork, and they're pretty well rendered. The movement system, like I said, is very strange. Okay, we got Aphrodite, Orpheus, Perseus, Hermes. Oh, I don't know which guy it's related to. I don't feel like it's any of these guys. They were the sons of somebody, but I don't think it's any of these people. Alright, we'll just hang out with Mithras. What's Mithras about? Thank you, Paul. Okay, this is one that I actually said that was pretty good. Oh, absolutely put me on notifications, sure. In the Avesta, Mithra is the genius of the celestial light. Sometimes people comment on my streams and call me that. He appears before sunrise on the rocky summits of the mountains. During the day, he traverses the wide firmament in his chariot drawn by 4 white horses, and when night falls, he still illumines with flickering glow the surface of the earth. Ever waking, ever watchful, he is neither sun nor moon nor stars, but with his 100 ears and his 100 eyes, he watches constantly the world. Mithra hears all, sees all, knows all, none can deceive him. By a natural transition, he became for ethics... What? The god of truth and integrity. Okay. invoked in... Okay, solemn oaths. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm not sure what that was about. I just kind of came to the conclusion here. So it seems like there's just like a small version of it, and then a bigger version of it, and then like a huge version of it with a lot of info. This is like a lot of info, guys. If you wanted to sit here and just read text in VR about the art, you know, that's homework. That's your homework. I'm just going to give you the gist of it. But let's get close. Let's see what this is like when it's massive. Wow, this thing is huge. I don't know if there's any trophies, Scott Cannon. I'm not sure. It actually looks better when it's small. I can't really see the whole thing. Okay, well, let's just go in the orb. I didn't learn what I came here to learn, but something was cool about that, I suppose. All right, so I'm taking requests for the next area that we enter. I'll teach you guys about anything that you'd like to know. Let's go back to the thing here. I'd like to be interactive here, so we can do ancient Greece and Rome, or we can do ancient Asia or ancient Egypt. I will say I'm partial to ancient Egypt, but don't let that sway you. I did say something about the orb before you showed up, Paul. You have to get in the orb to transport, and they don't tell you that, and it's very confusing. And once again, you just like look around with your face, and it makes a circle, and then you hit X and you go there. Hey Nathan, how's it going, dude? So guys, let's get some input. There is no Native American art here. We got ancient Asia. Egypt. Okay, we got one vote for Egypt. If I don't hear anything else, I'm going Egypt. Oh, the statue. Okay. From Dante's Inferno. We have an actual art history person in the room. Okay, all I heard was Egypt, so we're going to Egypt. Oh, I'm inside the orb. Okay. I never know where I am in my room when I'm playing this game. You don't really lose tracking because it's all headset tracking for the most part, but it is kind of weird to just be like, that's not where I thought it was. Okay, so I already looked at Tut, King Tut. We got Hathor, I'm not familiar with him. Amun, Cleopatra, Anubis, Hatshepsut. The orb is the best, Paul says. He knows. Now, Anubis I'm kind of familiar with. Hatshepsut, that sounds kind of interesting. Let's go there. Let's see what there is to learn. Oh, yes, it's the one that I said was kind of like a chair, like a reclining chair. But I take it back. It's a sphinx. Sort of. Well, there's all these versions of it. What do they have to say here? That's much different than the last thing that I read. That's not as eloquent. Predecessor Thutmose II. I'm not going to read all that. Let's see what this says. Then Amun-Ra returned and was enthroned among the gods. Hold on, let me try that again. Then Amun-Ra returned and was enthroned among the gods. And he summoned to his presence Khnum the Creator, who he fashions the bodies of men who dwell beside the rushing waters of the cataract. I can't keep that up very long. Let's go look at this art. So I stayed at a hotel in Las Vegas for a business trip where they had a sphinx. It was this Luxor hotel. It's shaped like a pyramid. And Grim Catnip, wow, that's why his children were so upset. And that's why he looked so upset. Good, you get extra credit, Grim Catnip. You don't even have to take the pop quiz. Anyways, oh my goodness. That's what they were doing. Jesus. Okay, that's dark. The student becomes the teacher, you know, as they say. So this Sphinx, I wanted to get into story here. I was staying in a hotel in Las Vegas, and they put me in a room where I was just facing the ass of the Sphinx. There was a giant Sphinx, and I was just looking right at its ass every time I looked out my window at the Las Vegas skyline. Anyways, that's not something an art history professor needs to talk about. So this is a big, honestly, pretty well rendered statue. You can see the wear on it. It looks like, so they said they photo captured these, so I think they did some kind of technology to get like all the little nitty gritty stuff, and it looks pretty good, honestly, in the headset. So let's go into the orb. I'm a big fan of ancient Egypt. All right, what do we have next? Anybody interested in ancient Asia? You know, could be something. Asia's a cool place. Yeah, guys, if you need tutoring, Grim Catnip is right there. Photogrammetry. Yeah, that it works pretty well, honestly. I'm surprised. Okay, we're going to Asia. Maxwell, you're guiding the ship. Sometimes you gotta get right inside that orb. Okay. Professor's gonna take a drink. Alright, stop looking at Facebook, everybody. Class is back in session. Where are we going? We going to Bodhisattva, Lamasu, Maitreya, Arhats, Parvati, or Naga, or Amitabha. I think, I'm feeling Arhats. Oh, sorry, I'll go there next, Maxwell. Didn't mean to disregard you. Oh god, everybody's got opinions now. This looks like the scrolling, like, Star Wars thing. Okay, I'll go to Parvati. I will go to Parvati. I'll go there next. Then Mahatma asked the Blessed One, "Pray tell us how many kinds of disciples there are." The Blessed One replied, "There are as many kinds of disciples as there are individuals, but for convenience they may be divided into two groups. Disciples of the lineage of the Arhats, and disciples known as Bodhisattvas." Now, are these the two different kinds of people that we have here? I'm going to say that this guy on the left is an Arhat, and this guy's a Bodhisattva. Are we good on that? I'm pretty sure. That's my best guess. I think this guy's a Bodhisattva, this guy's an Arhat. Can't say for sure. When I see him up close, I kind of feel the same way. He's got like... Oh, they both kind of have gauged ears. I'm not sure. He just looks more at peace for some reason. Let's just go see him up close. Wow. I mean, it's a little blurry, but it's cool to see these things. He does look a little judgy. Now, that's not the same pose he's making in his statue either. Like, they did something a little different, or maybe they have multiple statues of this kind of guy, but he's leaning forwards toward me, and that's interesting. Okay, well, let's get back in the orb, and we're going to go to Parvati, because that seems to be the most highly requested. Thanks for sticking around, class. I know you have to be here for a grade, but I do appreciate that you haven't left yet and you're still paying attention. So let's go to Parvati. Now, this is definitely going on the pop quiz because it's very important, obviously. Ooh, the Great Himalayan Mountain Range. God of the distant north, the snowy range or other mountains towers imperially. Earth's measuring rod, being great and free from change, sinks to the eastern and the western sea, whose countless wealth of natural gems is not too deeply blemished by the cruel snow. One fault for many virtues is forgot, the moon's one stain for beams that endless flow. These are some good poems. Good information here. I'm kind of liking this game. At first I was like, oh, you just walk around and look at statues? But this is actually really cool. I think I talked about this lady earlier, her stoic demeanor, and the fact that she's hanging out with this elephant man. And actually, this guy's much more well-lit now, and I can see that she's standing on a bull as well. Where's that guy who was killing the bull? I need to find him. Oh, wow, much easier to see now. She's got some extra arms, for sure. Maxwell, I have a don't ask, don't tell policy about that kind of stuff. Before creation, thou art one. 3, when creation's work is done. All praise and honor unto thee, in this thy mystic trinity. 3 various forms and functions, 3 proclaim thy living majesty. Thou dost create, and then maintain, and last destroyest all again. Yes, Ryan, I'm still streaming. This game has endless possibilities. Look at all this text I could read. I could play this game all night. I could stream 6 hours of this game if I just sat here and read everything. But also, I like to look at these statues. And it seems like when you go to the big one, they sort of like lean it towards you in an interesting way. That's kind of imposing. It's so big, but it's kind of cool. Okay, so Does anyone want any more info on this Parvati area? Or there's a lot to learn here. The burning of love. Oh wow, they even credit the translations and the works. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, this is real information, guys. This is not made up. Yeah, they can be a little bit imposing, scary. No one has a good look on their face. No one's just like smiling, just having a good time. But art doesn't have to represent only the good times, and it's very important. So, let us get to Bodhisattva himself. Or themselves. No, himself. It's a guy. Looks like. Okay. Head of a Buddha or Bodhisattva. Hard to tell. The Tang Dynasty, I see. Okay. This one looks pretty cool. I want to see this one up close, because this has some detail. They actually did a really good job with, like, the depth to this stuff. Because when you look at it up close, there's definitely some depth to it. Okay, what are we getting into here? Okay, so the Bodhisattvas. They told us about this a little bit before, but the Blessed One replied that the Bodhisattvas are those earnest disciples who are enlightened by reason of their efforts to attain self-realization, noble wisdom, and who have taken upon themselves the tasks to enlighten others. They have gained a clear understanding of the truth that all things are empty, unborn, and of a Maya-like nature. They have ceased from viewing things discriminatively, and have from considering them in their relations. They thoroughly understand the truth of twofold egolessness, and have adjusted themselves to it with patient acceptance. They have attained a Sorry, I feel like I was on a roll. Okay, well, let's go look at these artworks. It looks better up close. I do like this one. And these are all, I couldn't see it before, but all of these little reliefs here are images of small bodhisattvas. Just like, these are images of just small bodhisattvas in a pattern. It's somewhat mesmerizing. I like it. Let's go look at this big face. I gotta say, good work on the eyes, too. Like, a lot of these statues don't have compelling eyes. They just look like a creepy, like, I don't know if you guys saw any footage of Creed for PSVR, but the way Rocky Balboa looks with those dead eyes. But this one's pretty good. Still kind of a disapproving look, but it's fine, I'll accept it. This is actually, I wish more, like, art museums would do a thing like this, because this is actually a really interesting way to experience the art and have information about it and context. And, you know, I thought going into this was just going to be a silly stream where I just dicked around for a little bit, but I'm actually entertaining myself and enjoying this a decent amount. Okay, let's take one more walk through the museum proper, and we'll decide what we want to see as our maybe last or second to last. No, so Norse related. I haven't seen anything Norse related. There is ancient Greece and Rome, ancient Asia, and ancient Egypt. DLC, maybe. Let's get some Norse DLC. You know, I'm Norwegian, so I'll pay for it. I'll buy it. I'm not from Norway. I have Norwegian ancestry. Okay, so some of these I've seen. Like this one we just saw. You remember her? The Quiet Resolve? These guys don't excite me very much. I've said that before, but... Now this one I don't know that I have seen. Oh no, he's the guy who was leaning forward at me. I knew it! He's an R-hat! Guys, I told you. This guy's an R-hat, that guy's a Bodhisattva. I can call him like I see him. I know when you're an R-hat. That's actually really cool. Is that a leaf or a snake, or are those horse heads? Hold on, I'm walking into my couch right now, so this is not great, but I'm hitting my lamp. This game gets you all messed up with tracking, but I'm very curious about, are those horse heads on some kind of giant cobra horse head behind the Buddha? That is really, I've never seen a thing like that. That's kind of cool. Where's this one from? Is there info on this one? Oh, there's no like thing explaining where's that from, so I can like go look at it in depth. Ooh, this one looks very good. I don't think I've looked at this before. A tapestry, our first tapestry, guys. It's not much depth to it because obviously it's a tapestry, but it looks pretty good. Some deep reds, and I'm colorblind, and it even looks good. Why do I like this game so much? It's only $10. It's kind of cool. Oh, wow. Who is this fella? Oh, by Rava. Wow. I hope it didn't really look like that. It'd be an unfortunate existence. Cool beard, though. I like the beard. This is on the pop quiz. Did Bhairava have a beard? Did he have a third eye? Did he have big gauges? And a cool headdress? You gotta remember these things. This just kind of looks like an alien. I've got like a conehead / real space alien vibe here. But very interesting. Standing female deity, possibly Durga. 7th to 8th century. Can you guys imagine, like, just think about this for a second. I don't mean to get, like, metaphysical on you or anything like that. But I'm standing in virtual reality looking at a photo recreated statue from the fucking 7th century right now. And that's kind of cool. Let's just reflect on this for a second, guys. And what is going on with this one? That is very interesting. Is that how the deities dance? I suppose so. It looks like a lot of fun. I mean, it looks pretty good. Everyone's got big ears. I guess they all had gauges. That was the thing, though, I suppose. Just a tiny little Buddha over there. So, before we wrap up the stream, does anybody have any other piece of art in here that they'd like me to look at? I can check out stuff in ancient Egypt. I can go to Greece and Rome. I can do anything you'd like. I'm not going to do the deep dive, but these things are actually pretty cool in just the normal museum mode, too. Like, once again, that guy is so recumbent. Oh no, I'm inside of it. That was not what I expected. Any monsters? It looks like mostly people. I don't have a favorite one yet, actually. I've just been kind of exploring. There's no France Nathan, I'm so sorry. I didn't look at this guy. What is this guy up to? Oh wow, he's definitely beheaded someone and just got naked afterwards. Perseus with the head of Medusa. Okay. He kept his shoes on, but he got totally naked. That's quite a weapon, too. That's got, like, a little hook on it and everything. Like, geez, that's brutal. Hold on, let's see what the underside of her inner head looks like. This is for art class. What does the inside of her head look like? That's creepy. That's creepy. Okay, well, I'm sure you had to do it, Perseus. I'm sure there was a good reason. She was making everybody stoned. Couldn't allow it to occur. I don't see all the snake heads coming out of her hair, but maybe once you cut her head off, that's it. Ruth. Randolph Rogers, 1825 to 1892. That's not ancient Rome. This fella's from a couple hundred years ago. Okay. We got paintings as well. I didn't look at the paintings too much. But there's no info about this one. It's kind of disappointing. I want to know what I'm looking at. Well, they're practicing their flute, obviously, and their mandolin. Just a little slice of life scene from the old days in ancient Greece, or maybe 1825 Greece. God, Cannon, what are you donating to me for? You need to go buy yourself some chicken noodle soup and some NyQuil, man. You're sick. Don't be sending me money, but thank you. This might be my favorite one, actually. Ugolino and his sons. This one's also from 1827 to 1875. That's interesting. I thought these were all ancient pieces, but it looks like this room is newer stuff in the style of, ancient Greek. So, yeah, this, if somebody said my favorite one, I think this might be my favorite one. There's a lot going on here. There's so much anguish. And it's really well rendered. Oh, look at this poor little son there, though. It looks like he might already be too far gone. I think they're all starving, is what I heard. Okay. What's he up to? Orpheus. I think he's just playing his instruments. Yeah. He's just having a jam session. This is what I would look like if I was naked having a jam session, guys. I would look exactly like this. I do like to have a tree to stand on when I'm jamming. It just helps the posture a little bit. And, makes the presentation good. Although it looks like there's some weird thing connecting his legs together. I've never seen a thing like this. Have you guys seen a thing like this? Hold on. I'm going to run into my coffee table if I keep doing this. Let me recenter. That didn't help. Okay, so... Wow, yeah, no, he's going to have to wash that. That looks like an interesting development. That doesn't look right. Okay, so... Guys... I think that's going to be it for art class today. I don't want to keep you too long, but thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, next class there is going to be a pop quiz. Why did this guy cut Medusa's head off? Figure it out and tell me. And if you're right, then I'll Google it and make sure you're right, and then you'll win the pop quiz. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.